Good day, everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm Curtis, and today we are bringing you what might be our weirdest build ever. When I first saw this the other day on Amazon, I had no idea what it was. I had to look all this information up. I'm still a little confused by it, but this is a new build from Nifeliz called a Tourbillon. I believe that's how you pronounce it. If not, leave a comment. Maybe I'm screwing that up. And the first thing I thought when I saw this was, what's a tourbillon? So I did what people do, and I went to the interwebs and I looked it up, and I'm quoting from the AI overview. A tourbillon is a high-end watch complication invented in 1801 by Abraham Louis Breguet to improve accuracy by counteracting gravity's effects on the movement. It houses the escapement and balance wheel in a rotating cage, typically completing a revolution every minute, mainly serving as a showcase of masterful horological craftsmanship. Sounds good. Apparently, it's like a watch movement, and you can look it up yourself to really figure it out. When I saw it, I was just very struck by what this thing is. And on the back, it says, Nifeliz puts, "It moves because it's meant to." Deep. So I am really interested to open this thing up. I am thinking there are going to be a lot of proprietary pieces in this set. I am seeing what looks like big ring gears, and I'm just so excited to put this thing together. Apparently you rotate this little lever and it's going to start to move and everything. So I'm so excited. It looks like it's mostly a Technic build. Let's unbox this thing and check out what we're dealing with here. Oh, by the way, this was $80 on Amazon. You can check it out in the link is in the pinned comment below. The box from Nifeliz, as always, the box is really good. We've been kind of hot and cold with Nifeliz sets in the past, so this will be interesting. But you can see it's a really beautiful, nice, thick box. We have a very large instruction manual here, and it reminds us it moves because it's meant to. I like that. Now, I am not a big expert on Technic, so you guys are going to have to tell me if some of these pieces, and I'll maybe take some pictures along the way, because I just haven't done that many Technic builds, but some of these look, I mean, pretty special towards this build. Oh boy, uh-oh. We got a couple like rubber band dealies here. That scares me a little bit. I've never had good luck with that. Here's bag 1. This is bag TY1. There's bag 4. Looks like, as always, several bags of 4. We have several bags of 3. 1,714 pieces. And a few bags of 2. Okay. And as always, and I love this, Nifeliz gives you little sorting boxes you can put together. And you get like a little bookmark and, oh, a little sticker. There's one sticker that says Tourbillon, Nifeliz. That's cool. All right. So tell you what, let's get started on this thing. And if I see something interesting while I'm building, I'll go ahead and pause and show it to you. Otherwise, if it's just kind of straightforward, we'll see you at the end. Let's go. Kind of found my first thing I really wanted to talk about. This instruction manual is absolutely beautiful. It explains what the Tourbillon is. It actually explains the designer who works for Nifeliz, who designed it, what he kind of went through to do it. He's like, it wasn't moving. It wasn't smooth. Apparently this, there's this thing is supposed to have motion. It's got a click to it, and he wasn't happy with it. But I mean, it's just really beautiful. It says when it refused to turn. A real tourbillon doesn't just move, it sounds alive. That steady rhythmic tick-tock, tick-tock. Very cool. So this is, I mean, look at all this. There's just all sorts of stuff here. When the material said no. Very interesting. Anyway, beautiful instruction book. Not many times do you get to say that. All right, just finished up the 4 or 5 bags of that were labeled number 1. And this is what you got. When you are building this, you really have no idea what you're building. You just have to kind of go and trust the process. I'm a little nervous right now because stuff is spinning but doesn't seem to be doing anything. There was a section. Where is it? Where is the step? It's back here somewhere. Oh, right after step 130, it says you can add a motor, not included, for automatic motion. I'd have to look up what kind of motor you can put in there. But when I put the motor, when I like hook it up to where it should go, like nothing happens. So I have been following the directions very carefully. You just have to believe me. I just need to trust the process because everything is going together great. Nothing has been misaligned. I haven't had to take anything apart. So, like I said, I just got to trust the process and see what happens. Got a loose brick right here, and see what happens as we start to dive into bag number 2. Let's get to it. All right, we are on step 269. There's gears, things are turning. I still don't get it. I haven't quite gotten the whole big picture yet. But this thing so far is just like an engineering marvel. And I just am hoping. So, oh, look, this does something. This is doing something. I don't know what. I'm supposed to have it in neutral. There's a little gear selector thingy. But that's not working. I have no idea. That says neutral. That says motor. Why is it doing it in neutral? I don't know. Anyway, we're just going to keep trusting the process, and we're just going to keep on going. On to bags 3. All right, I just finished up the bags of number 3. I think there were 5 or 6 number 3 bags in there, and it has really now come together. The most stressful part came when placing this top unit on the base. There was north of 20 Technic pins you had to line up, but I just took my time, went slow, like Frank Sinatra says, nice and easy does it every time. So I was able to get it on there. Things are working. It's doing spinning things, which I think is good. Although I'm still confused why it says it's on neutral. I'm making guesses as to what I might have done incorrectly, but we'll see. We'll see when the thing comes together. I'm just glad to see it spinning and doing that kind of stuff. So we have a few more bags here of number 4. So let's go ahead and finish this thing up and see what it does. Let's go. Alrighty, everybody. I just finished up the Tourbillon from Nifeliz, and what a crazy Technic build. I am no expert at Technic. I've said this before. I haven't done a lot of Technic sets, and this was like boss level, final boss level Technic build. The instructions were great. The instructions were very clear. There were a couple of times where I was like, is that going to go together? But it did go together. The brick quality was really, really excellent. Again, this is like 99.9% Technic. I think there's maybe 6 bricks in here total, so mostly Technic. So the build experience, it was fun. If you like Technic, you would be all over this thing. It was a really, really fun build in that way. When it comes to the actual mechanism itself, that's where things get a little questionable. Now, I also have a problem. I don't know what happened because I followed the directions, and right now it's hard to see it, but on the lever there at the bottom, the gear thing is in like neutral, but it's not. If I put it over to manual, when I there's something that slides down there at the bottom, it just spins. Nothing's going on. Okay, but when I put it up in neutral, and I'm pretty sure I put those printed pieces in the right place, that's when it starts to work. Now, how does it work? It works, but not well. You just have to trust me when I say I really did take my time on this. I wanted to get it right. There was a couple of times I screwed up, and I was able to see my mistake and make it good. There is just so much drag throughout the whole mechanism that when you have this little tiny lever over here, It just really, it just doesn't want to go. And it keeps puking. There's a little drive shaft over here, and it keeps puking out the drive shaft when I press on it or when I try to spin it too much. Let me see if I can keep going. See, it just doesn't want to go. Let me go back the other way. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, come on. And it's kind of doing the clicky thing up there, kind of, but I just can't get it enough momentum going. And see, that seems wrong too. Anyway, there's a lot going on here, everybody. There is a lot going on with this thing. I just can't get it. I feel like if I get some momentum going, it would start to do it. There we go. Come on, baby. So you can see the thing spins around. It's like a gyroscope dealy bopper up here. There is a rubber band up there. That was kind of difficult to put in as well. So again, it's going, but it's not like you can have your friends over and say, check out my Tourbillon, and you start spinning it and it's going woo and going crazy. It just is not going to work that way. However, it does work. Listen, look at the I cannot imagine what this designer went through. This is a really interesting piece of mechanical engineering, of course, based on the real Tourbillon. Hats off to the designer of this thing, because I can't even imagine being kind of a novice in studio and kind of designing. I cannot imagine what it would take to do this. So it is an impressive piece of work nonetheless, but just for what bricks can do, or not even bricks, for what Technic can do. Let's see, it's going okay now. Again, there's just so much going on and so much drag, but it kind of works. It kind of works. Maybe if I just keep doing, can you hear the click? Oh, hey, don't stop on me now. That's that click, and that is a distinctive sound apparently of a real Tourbillon, and that's what the designer was trying to get. And that's why the rubber band is in there to like bounce it back and forth. It's going pretty good now. Maybe if I play with it more, it'll get better. Anyway, what an interesting, fun build. Again, I'm not really a Technic guy, but it was really a fun build. Good instructions too. So for 80 bucks, this is a really, really, really interesting piece to have. And if you know somebody in your life, or you're the one in your life who loves Technic, man, this is the build for you. This is the build for you. Leave a comment below. What do you think? There's so much to go into. You got to really experience it. Anyway, leave a comment. If you're not subscribed, maybe think about hitting subscribe. We got a lot more cool stuff coming up. Hit that like button, and we will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.